Hi, it's Sky. I want to say hello. I hope you're having a beautiful week. I want to talk about art. And I'm not talking about necessarily being an artist, which most of you all are, but I want to talk to you about the reason why I encourage you to do art. The reason why I'm encouraging you to do art is because people feel threatened by themselves and feel threatened by other people because either A, they want to be more of themselves, or B, they see somebody else as being themselves and it upsets them that they can't get to that spot. And that happens to me all the time. I'm very comfortable in my skin, but I'm not gonna lie here, and I need to tell you the truth. I doubt myself all the time. I'm a normal human being. I was made as a human being, so I have the same thoughts as a human being that you do. So I appear that I am completely comfortable in my skin, which I'm comfortable in my skin, but I have emotions too. And what art does is it teaches you to be okay with being afraid. It teaches you it's okay to make mistakes, because truly, when you think you're making mistakes, you're actually not making mistakes. You're actually just expressing yourself as yourself. And I want people to get to the point where they love themselves for themselves. And that is the reason why I'm here, is I want to serve you that way, is helping you get to a point where you feel comfortable being yourself with yourself. And one of the things you can do is catch yourself every time you feel like you look at someone else like, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. When you become the critic, catch yourself and say, wait, whoa. Why am I being critical of that other person? They're not me. I'm not them. We don't have to be the same. If you're going to catch yourself, you're going to find yourself that we have truly been programmed to believe that we're supposed to be the same, which is absolutely ridiculous. No wonder so many people get so depressed. It's like, you can never, ever, ever live up to that expectation in yourself, or ever can the other person live up to that expectation of you wanting to be like you and you wanting to be like them. That is something that we need to overcome, my lovely, beautiful people. That is where art comes into play, and you'll realize you're an artist, because you have to be okay with making mistakes, just like in art, to get to a point where you capture someone else's attention and heart, and you're telling your story. I mean, even when you're writing, you're trying to perfect it, not like being perfect like someone else. I hope not, because we all do that. But you're trying to get to a point where people will understand what you're saying, so they understand your story. And isn't that the whole point of life, is actually being an artist, is being able to tell your story so someone else understands and can feel what you're feeling and you're relating to them? Isn't art, visual art, the same thing? Isn't the theater the same? Is that you're trying to share an emotion so that people can relate to it, whether it's joy, sadness, fear, courage, whatever it is. Every single movie, every single painting, every single writing, there's always some symbolic message. So in essence, we are all artists. And so for me, as you know, when I left from corporate world to the pure artistic world, there's a huge in between corporate, artistic world. There's a huge journey between there and there. And that's what I'm on right now. And also, let's forget the word corporate. Let's programmed, a huge journey to get deprogrammed, to get to my authentic self. So the reality is, I used to think authentic meant that I dressed the way I wanted to dress, and I could visually be who I am, and I would be able to talk the talk where I didn't feel awkward. I've learned that authentic actually means to truly feel completely comfortable in your skin, sovereignty, where you're making your own rules for you, as long as you show mutual respect for everybody else. I mean, in the sense that you're not trampling on anybody else, but you're okay being in your own skin and not critical of someone else, them being their skin, no matter where they're at. They could be a total, creep. But do we need to be critical of them? No, because we're being critical of them because we were programmed to believe that what they're saying or doing isn't okay. I'm not talking about killing people or physically hurting people. I'm not talking about, or people abusing other people. I'm talking about actually whatever they're doing and saying as you sit there, you're safe. You're safe. You're completely safe, but you're being critical. And think about it. You're being critical of yourself because they're making a lot of mistakes. And you're not allowing them to make mistakes by watching them or hearing them. And then you get all mad and angry at them. But really, we're angry at ourselves because we're not allowing ourselves to make mistakes. So that's what I want to share to you today is we need to stop being a critic. It's okay to observe and to pay attention and learn from the other person, whether they're doing good or bad. And what I mean by good or bad is evil or loving. Evil, love. Let's face it. It's evil is evil and being loving is loving. It's black and white, everybody. It's black and white. It's red and it is so vanilla. So that's my favorite scent is vanilla. I love vanilla. And I love that color of white. I love that color of vanilla. And I put vanilla in all my food that I can. So, and also that's another thing is let's create our own language. Hello, artistic language. I mean, like we use all these buzzwords so that we push other people out so they cannot be a part of our conversation. In my former completely programmed life from society, not from my family, I was very lucky. I had a very wonderful family that let me be me. But then you go out, I was in this sheltered environment. Oh, lots of love, lots of rah-rah, good girl. You're being yourself. You're being authentic self to going out in the big world like, wait a minute. You can't say that. You can't do that. You can't be yourself. You can't look like yourself. You can't feel like yourself. Oh my gosh, you cannot be yourself. You got to be like me, scared. You got to be like me, be afraid. You got to be like me, angry. You have to be like me. You got to be the critic. If you're not the critic, you're not in my group. How do we ever get to that? Well, go back to 1600s, 1500s, 1300s. It's like a witch hunt. Let's face it. It's just like a witch hunt. And witch hunt was not about finding evil people. Witch hunt was blaming someone, these midwives and these healers, they were healers and midwives, and villainizing them and torturing them because they believed in Mother Nature. They believed in people and they believed in their own resources. They believed in themselves. They were comfortable in their own skin and the other scared people like, how do we get rid of that person? She's not one of us. She's not being critical. She's not being critical. She's not, she's too rich. He's too rich. That person's too poor. I mean, seriously, I think Britney Spears has a song about that. Is like, she can't be anything to anybody. And I'm not saying you have to be a Britney Spears fan, but she does have a song about, doesn't make a difference what she does or what she says. It's never enough. There's always a critic. And I think also, there's lots of songs out there about people being critical. So let's think about this. Let's resonate with this. Let's take the wand, which is our mind to me. You all have your own symbols. My wand is my mind because it can make magic happen or it can stop everything. My heart for me is also very magical because I can choose to love and not choose to love. And then what happens? I feel horrible. So we do not have to be romantically involved with somebody to love them. We can just love them because they're at least trying to live on this earth and exist in the circumstances that was handed to them. We all were handed a life plan when we were born. Before we were born, we were handed a life plan. And then we got here and we had free will. We all have free will, so we make mistakes. Well, if we don't make mistakes, what's the point of being here? We're here to learn. We're not here to just live in paradise all the time and just everything's perfect. I mean, you'd be bored. So my rebels, my love warriors, I love you. And we're going to do this together. We're going to be okay with being ourselves together. And what you see here is what you get. And so I love you for sharing my journey with me. And don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're going to see all kinds of crazy stuff going on with people's emotions here. Well, it was before. It's going to be even more so. Is people need to be calmed right now. You need to calm yourself. Whatever it may be, meditation, listening to music. Calm yourself and realize you are the artist of your life. Creative intelligence, creative minds rule. You rule. You are sovereign in your own self. You get to pick and choose. Don't be so critical of yourself. And try to do something special for yourself every single day. Doesn't make a difference what it is. It could be a special tea. It could be a cigar, whatever it is. I'm not promoting smoking, but whatever makes you happy, a glass of wine, walking in nature, be good to yourself. And just know I'm here for you. And I'm going to be here for you as much as I can. And just know, peace out.